What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you an overview of what happened with Lucid, go over some of the data points, what shorts did, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that said, let's get right to it. So Lucid did close 0.93% in the red, kind of low volume, so 23.5 million shares were traded, 40.7 is the average. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market above $100,000. So in comparison to the last several days, similar, like low volume, big money not necessarily getting in. There was one big transaction today, so 3.7 million, but aside from that, it was just relatively quiet. Of course, the market was in kind of panic mode, so the broader market was pulling back, as well as specific to the EV sector, you kind of had a lot more additional volatility thanks to Tesla. So this news did come out first thing. So Tesla halts production in Germany after suspected arson, and this is more, I guess, the second consecutive day that Tesla is causing some volatility in the EV sector. So Tesla caused volatility yesterday due to the kind of news coming out of China, price wars and whatever else. So who knows what will come tomorrow. Maybe Tesla will halt production overall. That'd be kind of crazy. I don't know, obviously just speculating at this stage. But even when it comes down to Tesla, there was a abnormal amount of puts being purchased. So I did post this. So there's a consensus, and looks like based on the volume, a lot of big money is betting that Tesla is going to be sub $172.50 by this upcoming Friday. So who knows, maybe people are anticipating and betting that Tesla is going to continue to trend down. So we'll just have to wait and see as far as that. But today there was no official news from Lucid, no SEC filings. There was a couple unofficial things that did come out, one of which was this. So this was posted, and it's a pretty cool sick ass picture of Lucid, and we already saw those videos that came out. I think it was sometime last month ultimately, and it did insinuate maybe Lucid being integrated into like a police kind of configured for that. And so it is participating at that World Police Summit 2024 in Dubai. And so it's actually kicking off today up until March the 7th. It'd be a lot better if this actually did show Lucid right here. So it doesn't actually show Lucid as far as I'm aware, but still, whatever, it is what it is. Hopefully going forward into coming years, this is where you'll see maybe Lucid more involved with this. But aside from that though, still regardless, that is very good. Another kind of thing that Lucid could be used for in the future. But aside from this though, there hasn't been any news or any new developments as far as partnerships or whatever else. Still a lot of abnormal activity when it comes down to shorting. So I have brought this up. So Thursday, that is when there was that abnormal 116 or $117 million transaction that was done after hours. Very random, no rhyme or reason. There was no news to really match that. Of course, news about potentially, I guess, Detroit and Hyundai were floating around at the time. But ever since that date, shorts have been returning some shares, and there's been a lot of blood in the market since then. So shorts have had a lot of opportunity to double down and so forth, as what they have been doing across the board. But today with shorts, they did return 3.47 million shares, 28.03% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 245.2 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 33.07, and just getting rid of all this unnecessary crap, you can see overall shorts have started to kind of break the trend that it was on. So it's starting to trend down. So overall, that is good. Once again, kind of begging the question, do they know something is coming? Does someone know something is coming? Is there a partnership, or is there maybe a very big agreement about this? I'm not really sure. But the fact that Lucid did hold up very well today, and over and above that, just shorts have been returning, it kind of makes you question things. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think something is big is coming for Lucid? And I know a lot of people will just easily say yes, but more specifically, what? Do you think it's a partnership? Do you think it's maybe Apple, or do you think it's something else? I'm not really sure. So let me know your thoughts. As far as options, 253,000 in calls being purchased versus 364,000 in puts. Sentiment wise, kind of evenly divided, but 44% of all the options being done today were bearish, but majority were just collecting premiums, as you can kind of see based on the neutral. Of the call options that are being purchased, there is a consensus for it to be above 350. So it looks like a little bit more optimism is surging back into Lucid despite the blood in the market. market. Looking at puts, you do see a consensus for it to be sub $3. And that's more linked to the Elliott Wave technicals, because based on this, it does have a pivot point of $3.92. For as long as Lucid is trading below that, then it is anticipated to trade within this range. So the high $1 to $2 range. So let me know your thoughts if you think that this is feasible. If it ever does get or break below that $2 mark, I will be selling one of my children to buy Lucid. But obviously that would be a screaming buying opportunity in my own opinion, of course. But looking at this, so with it closing at $3.18, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 309 is a very strong support. In fact, it kind of did bounce off of that general area today. So we do know going into the next couple days as a very strong thing. Tomorrow, as far as data, ADP non-farm employment is coming out. So one of the two big indicators linked to consumers. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then vice versa, $3.26 is going to be that next strong resistance. And if anything, it kind of did test that general area as well. Given the blood in the market, that was very impressive. But moving on though, looking at some of the technicals, so just quickly looking here, so right now it is lower percentile of the Bollinger Band. It kind of gave up attempting to transition into the higher percentile right here, but given what's happening in the market, I obviously understand that. Looking at stochastic, you do see starting today a deviation, so red line above the white showing a bearish underlying sentiment, but it is at 33, so that is considered oversold. So if there is a good piece of news dedicated to Lucid, or maybe what big money knows eventually does come out, this is where you will see a rush of value investors causing it to go up higher. So that might be a very good thing. And looking at the momentum indicator, it shows number of retail investors are getting back in. So still the technicals are somewhat neutral, if not a little bit bearish. What is happening with shorts is very bullish. Again, I don't understand what is coming, but clearly I think something big is coming. Maybe it is associated to the gravity as well. And then options is somewhat neutral, just taking advantage of a lot of the volatility. As I always kind of recommend to you guys, if you don't know options, highly suggest in researching them, because a lot of volatile stocks such as Lucid that have options, you can make a killing off of premiums, either by selling puts or selling covered calls. I know I do say this time and time again, but if you guys don't want to listen, obviously you guys do whatever is best suited for you. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Give yourself a shout out. Did you buy? Are you among, based on the momentum number of retail investors, are you a retail investor that did buy today? Or did you sell? What did you do? One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for an account with Moo, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, so take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.